The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The Jake Asman merch store is live for all Patreon users. Sign up for Patreon if you want access to all the merch before it becomes publicly available on Tuesday. Jet fans, Robert Saleh is a betting favorite to win Coach of the Year. What does that mean? We'll talk about that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed for a historic season.
My brother, the Jets win the Super Bowl. We on top of the damn universe. Our championship will mean more than any of them cheating Belichick ass Patriots.
You ain't lying there.
We got the best defense in the league. We got the best quarterback in the league. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Don't nobody want to see the Jets. Jets.
The king has spoken. The king has spoken.
We bleed Jets green each and every day. This is not the same old Jets. We have Aaron freaking Rodgers. We have Garrett Wilson. Let's go. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinnen Williams. The Jets bandwagon is loaded. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go. Happy Saturday, Jet fans. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, jakeasman.com/shop to get your merch starting Tuesday. If you want it early, and oh baby, have people wanted it early, you go to patreon.com/jakeasmanshow. You sign up for the Patreon for just $5. You get a discount code that will save you 15%. You essentially get the Patreon membership for free if you plan on buying merchandise. So check it out. We've already done $3,000 in orders, and the store has only been open since 9 a.m. Eastern time today. As Maniacs, you guys are truly, truly the best. JakeAsman.com/shop. It opens on Tuesday for the general public. Items are limited. So if you want to guarantee yourself one of the items in the store, I highly, highly encourage everyone to sign up for the Patreon. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. Then you gain access. You get a password to join the actual merch store website and a discount code to use at checkout. All right, let's talk about Robert Saleh here. Jets report to training camp on Tuesday. And look, the attention's going to be on Rodgers. But I really think when you rank the people on this team under the most pressure, doesn't Robert Saleh have the most pressure on him than anyone? Joe Douglas, I think we all agree, has done a really good job putting together this roster, right? Obviously, he had a bad offseason post-Aaron Rodgers trade last year. The Jets didn't do enough, obviously, at backup quarterback. But Joe Douglas has put together a roster that I think even his biggest haters would agree is more than good enough to be one of the better teams in the conference. Now, injuries aside, that's how you got to look at it. Right, if Aaron Rodgers goes down again on the fourth play, it changes the entire conversation. But let's assume, and you hate to assume, it makes an Asman out of you and me, but let's assume the Jets get 14 or 15 games from Aaron Rodgers. There's no reason why this team, with the talent they have in place, now the backup quarterback they have in place in Tyrod Taylor, shouldn't be a 10-win team and in the playoffs, at the bare minimum as a wild card. They went 7-10 last year with by far and away the worst collection of quarterbacks in the league, a bad play caller, 13 O-line combinations in 17 games. I think we could all agree that if the Jets just get average quarterback play in most of their games this year, they're going to win a lot of them. The schedule's easier, and the team that Joe Douglas has put together is better. So the pressure is all on Robert Saleh. Sure, Aaron Rodgers has a lot of haters, a lot of expectations on him coming off this injury, all the hype and excitement a year ago for it to end after 4 plays. There's pressure on Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers is a first-ballot Hall of Famer, 4-time MVP. Robert Saleh has more pressure than Aaron Rodgers, right? Like the Jets could go 10-7, be a wild card, lose in the first round, and we might look back and say, man, they should have been better than that. They were held back by their coaching. They were held back by this head coach. That could happen. And then Rodgers would be here next year, and maybe Robert Saleh wouldn't. So I think there's more pressure on Saleh just in that one example I outlined, which, by the way, I don't see happening because I think this team's going to be really good. But I think there's more pressure on Robert Saleh than there is Aaron Rodgers or Joe Douglas even. We all seem to agree Joe Douglas has built a hell of a team, and I think he has. Are there some questions with guys besides Rodgers with injury? Sure, but I think we all would agree the way the Jets got Tyron Smith for $6.5 million guaranteed with playtime incentives was brilliant. Drafting Olu Fashanu to back him up was brilliant. Bringing in Mike Williams on a one-year prove-it deal where the guarantees are low was a great move. Adding Hassan Reddick for at least this year is a great move. And believe me, Hassan Reddick is going to play for the Jets this season. Contract situation aside. I think there's more pressure on Robert Saleh than anyone because he has the team. And he has the legit backup quarterback. So the saving grace for Saleh has been, I mean, look, he's an expert on his side of the ball, and no one can win with how bad his quarterback situation has been. And you know what? I would agree with a lot of that. Doesn't mean he doesn't need to get better as a coach, but let's put the chart up on the screen. Look where Zach Wilson is, and look where the rest of football is. This dates back 10 years. Since 2015, if you played at least 1,000 snaps at quarterback, here's where you rank in quarterback efficiency. Zach Wilson is so far down on the list that when I put up a comment here on the screen, you can't even see him now. That's how bad he has been. And I don't say this to dunk on Zach. He didn't draft himself. I say this to point out the fact that he was so damn bad. And that's on the GM, who did not get this head coach a better backup last year. But forget Zach Wilson. Now you look at this team, they have Tyrod Taylor. Look where Tyrod is on this list. He's in the middle of the pack. Now, obviously, Tyrod Taylor comes with some injury questions as well, but you would think he could come in and play 3 games, you could go 2-1. That's the expectations for Tyrod Taylor. No reason why the New York Jets cannot be one of the better teams in the conference with this team. They have a top 3 defense, top 5 special teams unit, superstar at running back, superstar at receiver, really good wide receiver too, some young, exciting offensive players, a revamped O-line that, at least on paper, should be one of the better units in the conference. Even with some injuries, they are better protected with the depth they have this year compared to last year. They have to win this year, folks. Which is why I think all the pressure is on the head coach. Now, that being said, if they do win this year, here's how this works. Robert Saleh is going to get a lot of praise. And he should, because that's how it works. When you win, you get praise. When you lose, you get criticism. And ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the betting odds, courtesy of DraftKings here, for Coach of the Year, Robert Saleh is second on the list, tied with Jim Harbaugh. Robert Saleh has the second highest odds to win NFL Coach of the Year. And you know what? It makes sense, doesn't it? How do you win Coach of the Year? Well, typically it's for a team that overachieves, that comes out of nowhere. And even though we think the Jets are going to be good, there's a lot of people who don't because they don't pay attention to the roster. They don't watch after Aaron Rodgers went down. They didn't see what we saw with this defense basically giving the Jets a chance in almost every game last year. They didn't see what we saw with Garrett Wilson still going out there and putting forth a season where he still went for over 1,000 yards. Breece Hall, second in the NFL in yards from scrimmage. They didn't see it. So I think there's actually value on Saleh here. I think there's some value here. Let's go full screen so you guys can get a better view of the odds. Robert Saleh, plus 1,100, tied with Jim Harbaugh. Matt LaFleur, plus 1,200. Raheem Morris, plus 1,300. D'Amico Ryans, plus 1,300. Jonathan Gannon, plus 1,500, tied with Dan Campbell at plus 1,500. The betting favorite is Eberflus in Chicago. Because if the Bears of the rookie quarterback make the playoffs, you could see the path for Eberflus to win that award. But let's say this. Jets win the AFC East, which I think is certainly possible. How's Robert Saleh not a great bet for Coach of the Year? So if you're betting on this, if you think the Jets are winning the division like I do, don't you have to place a wager on Coach Saleh here? Now, Harbaugh is interesting because I don't see the Chargers winning their division, but if he gets that team to the playoffs in year one with Herbert coming off a national title at Michigan, you could already see the narrative being painted for Jim Harbaugh to win this award. So Harbaugh would be the other coach I'd bet on here if you think the Chargers are going to be good, which maybe they will. But at the end of the day, while there's pressure on Robert Saleh, there's also a path for this team to be really good and then Saleh to finally see the benefits of how good he's been able to build up this defense. The buy-in he's gotten from his team. They never quit on Robert Saleh. He's a player's coach. They play hard for him. And I think he's improved as a coach from where he was at the beginning to where he is now. But make no mistake about it, they either win or he's not here next year. 9-8, missing the playoffs. Oh, we had a winning season. Don't care, you're gone. Right? I mean, obviously, there's context, and it's more than just a record, but I think we all could agree it's going to be very hard to find a path where the Jets miss the playoffs this year and everyone stays. Saleh goes into year 5, where 4 years in a row they missed the playoffs. No way. So I think we all agree, barring something incredibly unforeseen, Robert Saleh has to win, at least get to the playoffs to be the head coach in 2025. And that doesn't even necessarily guarantee just the playoffs that he's back for next season. Because if they get embarrassed in the wild card round, we're celebrating that. They had an Aaron Rodgers to do more than just be 9-8 and lose in the first round. So there's context to everything. But going into this season, we're going to talk a lot about Aaron Rodgers, and rightfully so. But there is more pressure on this head coach than I think anyone in the organization. And while I don't think the Jets are going to start slow, and I know Woody Johnson has never done this since he has been the owner of the team, the Jets are 2-4. That opens the door for a coaching change. Interim head coach Jeff Ulbrich to fire up the team. I don't know if they would even do that. I don't even know if that would make a difference, but that's the type of pressure I see on Saleh. Because think about it, too. If the New York Jets start, hypothetically, 2-4, with the schedule we're talking about here, something has gone horribly wrong. If you tell me Aaron's playing in those games and they're 2-4, right? If they lose week 1, no harm, no foul. They're almost a 6-point underdog in that game for a reason. Fine. I think the Jets could pull the upset off, but we'll see. But after that, it's Will Levis, Jacoby Brissett, or Drake May, Bo Nix or Jared Stim, maybe Zach Wilson. I doubt it. Sam Darnold or J.J. McCarthy. The Jets should be 4-1 going into that October 14th date on Monday Night Football. Should be. That's the bottom line. So this team's got to win. This GM had a bad year last season. Didn't get the backup. We know about all that. Too many questions on the O-line with Becton and Dwayne Brown being the projected starting tackles. I think Joe Douglas, for the most part, has done everything right this offseason. What would be your criticism? Right? You're nitpicking at that point. This team has all the talent they need to win. They got the quarterback. They got the backup quarterback. They got the revamped O-line. They got the depth on the O-line. The defense is entering year 4 in this system. You lost Bryce Huff? Okay, well, you got Hassan Reddick. You have Sauce in year 3 now. Jermaine in year 3. Another year of Quincy. Another year of Quinnen. Another year of C.J. Mosley. DJ Reed. Michael Carter. This team's got everything. Will McDonald should take that step from year 1 to year 2 like we saw Jermaine do. They got to win. But it shows you how quickly it could change, right? Because if they do win, get ready for the national media to be praising Robert Saleh, because that's how it goes. They have to win. Speaking of winning, I announced this exclusively yesterday for Patreon and Discord users. Then I announced it exclusively this morning for Jake Asman Show channel members. I teamed up with Richie from Jets Media to host our first ever New Jersey Asmaniac meetup. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be hanging out at Don Jose Mexican Restaurant on Wednesday, August 7th at 7 p.m. in East Hanover, New Jersey. Celebrate the start of the season with food, drinks, and camaraderie. Food and drinks with your fellow Jet fans. Richie and I will be hanging out at Don Jose Mexican Restaurant. It's August 7th. That day, in the morning, the Jets have a practice open for fans. The next day, they have a joint practice open for fans against the Washington Commies. So that's why we picked that day, because Richie and I are going to be hanging out, doing content together for those 2 days on Wednesday and Thursday, back-to-back days. I'll be at both those practices, Jet fans. So come hang out the night of the 7th. Don Jose Mexican Restaurant. Space is limited. We only have 50 spots. So that's why I tried to make sure that my crew, the Patreon crew, the Asmaniacs, found out about it first. The link to RSVP is in the description. If you're watching the live chat and you want to come, make sure you RSVP as quickly as possible. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a custom Jet fan menu that night. It's BYOB as well. So bring a case of beer, a cocktail, and come hang out at Don Jose Mexican Restaurant. And let me say this. This restaurant we picked is a frequented spot by Rex Ryan, Nick Mangold, and other Jet players. It's located just 15 minutes from the Jets practice facility in Florham Park. So if you're in Jersey, I get asked all the time, Jake, Jersey meetup, Jersey meetup. Here you go, East Hanover, New Jersey. We've done Long Island. We've done Manhattan. I did Vegas. We did Canton, Ohio. We got more meetups being planned, but this is the next one in Jersey. I'll see you guys there. RSVP if you want to come out and have a great night with us at Don Jose Mexican Restaurant in East Hanover, New Jersey. All right, comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Jet fans, your thoughts on Robert Saleh having the second highest odds to win the NFL Coach of the Year honor. Mike D's nuts. He's first up. Want to know why? Because Mike D's nuts is dropping his nuts with 5 channel memberships.
These nuts.
D's nuts. Hey, thank you, Mike D's nuts. Hey, for another gifted membership. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following 5 people are channel members. Cantu Ringe, NY Jets 48, Ryan Kaza, AP, and Jets Worldwide. Congratulations to all our new channel members. But wait, we're not done. Another 5 spot coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 channel memberships from Party with Peg and Artie. Is that Joe Douglas music? Yeah, buddy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the following 5 people are now Asmaniacs. Areza Luriza, BHOs, NYJ Pod, Howie from Jet HQ, Antonio Ambrosio. Congratulations to all our new channel members. John Fisher JPEG says, Saleh Coach of the Year, he stinks. Jets will be the Jets. Eventually, the optimism will fade, guaranteed. See, if you had that mentality, then the Lions would never be good. The Browns would never be good. It wasn't that long ago that the Jets were in back-to-back title games. It's a long time ago relative to, like, us as fans going through it, but, like, the idea that it can't change, it's nonsense. They won 7 games with no quarterback last year, John Fisher. You don't think if they had Tyrod Taylor, for example, playing 17 games, they would have won 3 more? I find it hard to believe. I mean, that to me is the bottom line. Killer Cub says Robert Saleh is a bum. Look, here's the thing, Killer Cub. You only come in when you see a category where you could be negative. You're not actually a Jet fan. You're actually a clown. We'll see you later.
Now look what you've done. No more protection from the Asmaniacs. Had to pull you out of the chat and cast you down with the sodomites. Some time in here will feel like you've been run over by the lane train. You understand me? You catch my drift? Give them another 24 hours to think about it.
What a joke. See you later. Don't have time for the nonsense. The Oracle writes in, Aaron Rodgers gets the Jets back to the playoffs, and the Jets get Aaron Rodgers back to the Super Bowl to win number 2. Sign me up for that. Look, it bears repeating. Aaron Rodgers has never had a defense this good. He hasn't. The one time he had a top 5 defense was the one Super Bowl he won in Green Bay. Doesn't mean they're going to win the Super Bowl this year, but it just shows you, like, as good as Aaron has been, his MVP years, Packers in the playoffs every year, like, it still takes a team. I always say this. The prerequisite to win in the NFL is you need to have a franchise quarterback. But that doesn't guarantee you're going to win. That just gives you a chance. And that's the thing. The Jets have a chance now going into this year. That's the bottom line. Before we get into some of your calls, I just want to send my sincere condolences to one of our listeners. One of our listeners named Clancy, who's a big supporter of the show. I actually purchased a bunch of merch I saw this morning. He's a Patreon user. He's an Asmaniac. He wrote in the chat that his father, unfortunately, passed away today. So I wanted to send my sincere condolences to Clancy. He was a big Jet fan. So thinking about you, Clancy. I saw a bunch of nice notes in the chat from people, including this one here from Mike D's Nuts, who says, show should be dedicated to Clancy. My condolences, brother. So, yes, absolutely. Condolences to Clancy and his family. Comments, questions, super chats. Let's open it up. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick T, you're first up on the Gusbuster hotline today. What's up, Nick?
What's going on, Jake? So, well, first off, looking forward to the August 7th meetup. Finally, you come to New Jersey.
I told you, man. It was always coming. It just, I can't just, snap my fingers and make a meetup. It takes time.
Finally, you're crossing the border.
Proud. You better RSVP, though, Nick. I can't guarantee a spot unless you RSVP.
So here's the deal. I had to either call in or RSVP, so now I have to pop off after this call and get on the RSVP. So.
That's correct, yes.
So I was torn. So this Saleh thing. So here's my theory on this, and I don't want to sound negative on it. Like, I get the odds based off the team's expectations, right? The roster, because I'm sure San Francisco's up there, right? So, like, based off of the expectations and the roster, his odds should be as high as they are. Will it happen? No. Because of this reason, I think you made a great point with Eberflus in Chicago. It's always an overachieving coach that wins this award with a team or a roster that's got a rookie quarterback or some sort of depleted. They had injuries at the quarterback position and they went to the third string quarterback, or they've had injuries across the roster and he managed to make the playoffs, something along those lines. Even if, and I wholeheartedly believe the Jets are going to win 12 games, even 12 plus games, I don't think Saleh wins the award just based off the expectations for the team.
Well, it depends on what happens around him, right? Because there's a better narrative, like Eberflus taking a rookie quarterback to the playoffs, Harbaugh getting Herbert in there. I think that would win out over the Jets, who do have this great talent. But let's not forget, people are going to move the goalposts if the Jets are good. It's going to be, oh, well, they should be good. Look at the talent. It's like, that's not what everyone was saying before this year started. I don't know. It was they're injury prone. It's the Jets. So it can't be now, well, the talent's great, because that was my argument, and no one wanted to listen to me when I said remove Jets from the helmet and look at the team, because the team is stacked.
Right, exactly. And I think that's what ultimately whichever coach that wins that award is going to be someone who overachieves with a mediocre to average roster. But yeah, no, it's an interesting concept. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the season. Looking forward to August 7th. See you soon, buddy.
The big meetup. I get to meet Nick T in person. I can't believe it. Nick, I just dropped the link in the live chat. Go quick, all right?
Gotcha. I
love it. Nick T checking in. Love it. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us on the line is one of the all-time great humanitarians. He's a guy that when you look in the mirror every day, you go, man, I wish I was him. You go, man, I wish I could be like him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bonesy time.
The only thing better than Alden's shoes is Joey D, cause he totally rules. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody. Damn, this show is crazy. Jake, my brother!
Mr. Bonesy, how are we?
We are back at the shoe shop. I am back in my spot. We are
is the
back
AC
open.
Fixed? Are we ready?
We're ready to roll, man. We're ready for August 17th pregame party.
I'm ready. I'm ready, man. It's gonna be standing room only for that. I can't even imagine how many people are coming on the 17th to T Squared Social.
Facts. We're gonna have a blast. This is gonna be epic, man. I'm pushing my 40th birthday party celebration to that date, so it's gonna be a little excitement going on.
Can we tell the backstory of your wife reaching out to me now? Is that fair game?
Yes, it is fair game.
Okay, so Mr. Bonesy's wife Instagram messaged me saying, "Hey Jake, I'm Mr. Bonesy's wife." And I was just dying at the fact that she wrote Mr. Bonesy, and then she like parentheses wrote like Anthony or whatever. I'm like, I know who you're talking about. Don't worry. And she's like, he's turning 40. I wanted to surprise him with an event with all his friends. He get all his friends he has from your show together. So I was working on finding like a venue near Alden's to do like a surprise birthday party for you. And then you text me out of the blue saying that you couldn't get a babysitter that night anyway. And the 40th birthday surprise is off. So we'll celebrate on the 17th.
Dude, man, I told you, it is rough around the edges with babysitting. My parents really are useless. They're not close enough to do it. And our main babysitting is her parents, and they're going to be away. So this is really – and my wife wants to actually come and chill. You know, like normally she sends me, and nobody's ever met her. So she was actually excited to chill, but now, you know, it's all good. I'm easy. I'm not mad about it. It was the thought that counts. You know, she knows you guys are my people, so she was reaching out. It was going to be cool, but I'm just going to do it on the 17th. It's going to be just a bigger celebration. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Let's go. We're going to get you there on the 17th. Bring your wife to that one. Have her come on out.
I'm trying. I'm trying to work on a babysitter. I'm definitely going to have Joe Bonesy there for sure. So we're working on it. Bobby's making a big appearance as well. He's planning on chilling all day. So it's gonna be epic.
We got, so for those just tuning in, we now have 2 meetups. I want to make sure people don't get confused. So this one is on August 17th for the Jets-Panthers game. This is a watch party at T Squared Social. The one I was just talking about before Bonesy called in is in New Jersey in East Hanover on August 7th. So we got a meetup on the 7th. That spots are limited. And we have a meetup on the 17th where you have to RSVP, but this venue is massive and we could fit. We're going to have at least 200-something people at this. I already know.
It's going to be so cool. It's going to be so just because the people who are already confirmed coming, our roster is going to be insane. I wanted to say shout out to Clancy, man. That's our guy. God bless your dad's in our prayers. That's a big emotional roller coaster to go through. So we're all here for you. And then also shout out to Nick Shine, man. We love you, buddy. We're still thinking about you, and hopefully we can figure out what's going on and get you back in the fold, man. We love you, man.
I think Nick's doing okay. He sent me a picture of like his like socks yesterday, and they were like Steelers colors. I was like, thank you for this, Nick. I'm glad I didn't ask for free feet pics, but I'm glad you provided them.
No, I saw that pic too. They just haven't told him what's up yet. You know, he still has to figure out what's going on. So he's feeling better, which is good, but
well, he's sick. He's a Jet fan. I mean, I could tell him what's going on.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it.
Yeah, come on. We know how it
right. And this Robert Saleh thing, how could he not be? Aaron Rodgers, this is what Aaron Rodgers does. He saves people's jobs. He makes coaches have coach of the year aspirations. He makes players be really, really, ready, primed for like a career year. You could tell just from the little bit of last year with Garrett, Rodgers changes everything, and we still haven't experienced it yet. Saleh has gone 7-10 with a top 5 defense with the worst quarterbacks. You're going to give him a Hall of Famer. It's just part of the equation when a team has success, especially with how bad we've been and how people are on top of us about sucking. So we're just going to be in the spotlight again, and success will breed Rodgers being in, Saleh being in that conversation. And my boy Joe Douglas, he still gets a bad rep for last year. I still hate the way he handled the in-game quarterback, like in-season quarterback backup spot. But that year in particular, that will go down as one of the best free agencies we've ever had because we brought Aaron Rodgers here. And what he does for our franchise moving forward,
you were going to see that effect of just that move alone. We brought in Rodgers. We didn't have the cap space because we didn't get that $35 million yet, and he brought in a couple of his boys. He kind of listened to Rodgers, which didn't work out without Rodgers. But I'm ready, man. Last weekend of no football, baby. Let's go. JETS Joe Bonesy. Look at him.
Yeah. The guy who's actually working at Alden's today. Love it.
Hey, he picks up all the slack, so I can call in.
I love it. Bonesy, you have a great day. Glad you're back in the Alden's shoe store of champions, man. Maybe I'll make a surprise pop-in today. You never know.
Come by. I got something for you whenever you do come by.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Mr. Bonesy checking in. I love it. Come meet Mr. Bonesy. He's coming to T-Squared Social on August 17th. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button if you're just tuning in. We're looking for more channel members. I need about another 30 memberships, I believe, for a new emoji. So it varies because we've had so many gifted memberships that each day some expire, and then they change the threshold. I think YouTube just makes up how many numbers every day you need to get a new emoji. But it said 35 before the show, and we've added 10. So I'm just going to say it's in that 35 to 40 range we need for those asking about a new channel emoji. Ladies and gentlemen, another super chat has just come through the pipeline. This one is from Peg. Jake is a meetup. Where is this? Peg, it just disappeared. It was about Miami, I think. Where'd it go? There it is. Jake is a meetup in Miami on the books. It is being planned right now. So, yes, I will be at that game. I'm going with Richie to that one. And it's going to be epic. So, there's definitely a meetup plan for Saturday. I could share details about when it's finalized. I'm working on something for Friday, too. So stay tuned. Johnny Danks with a super chat. Just ordered the Jake Asman Show coffee mug. Let's go, Johnny. I got that alert. We just officially hit 70 orders. The store opened today for just Patreon users. Joe Rodriguez, our most recent customer, he bought a Jake Asman Show t-shirt and an Asmaniac t-shirt. Two excellent choices by Joe. New York Jeff says, caught a live show watch party. Maybe I can make the 17th. I'm telling you, folks, T-Squared Social is epic. In fact, it's a great venue. Aaron Boone's doing a Talkin' Yanks meet and greet appearance on August 5th. So this is the place to be. T-Squared Social. We got it reserved for all the Asmaniacs on the 17th. Paul says, got the tank top and the dad hat and the shop. Nice stuff in there, Jake. Thanks, Paul. I'm glad you guys like the store. Sluggo says, this team is so good, Saleh can't screw it up. Well, he could, but I don't think he's going to. I really don't. Three Siblings says, 100% going. It's my son's B-Day, taking him the first game. He's turning 13. Let's go, Jay. The Miami game's going to be fun. Tom A says, Bonesy meet and greet August 17th. Think about the Asmaniac dignitaries that are going to be at the first ever watch party on August 17th at T-Squared Social in Midtown Manhattan. Mr. Bonesy, Bobby Midnight, V-Man, among the distinguished guests that are confirmed. Just crazy. Hit the like button if you like that idea. Man. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now, speaking of elite Asmaniacs, is a guy who will, in fact, be at that Miami game. His ticket was purchased by a fellow listener, King and Dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Best is up next. Hello, Keith.
Hey, Jake. I want to apologize for yesterday. I was trying to show off the name on my jersey, but my desk chair doesn't swivel. So I got up and I showed off my butt, and that was not the point.
Yeah, you were giving us a little, little Keith Best, after-hour show.
I thought maybe you could take a snapshot of that, and when Bobby gets mad, you could kick him in the ass. Crazy. Life's good. I want everybody to think about that for the moment. I got my jersey on again because I went to a function in Palm Beach this morning, and everybody's a Miami fan down here.
I love it.
I know
territory.
I was at the Breakers, which is a hotel on Palm Beach Island. And people were like, there was a lot of people there from New York, and they were like, man, I saw you on the Jake Asman show yesterday. And you got that jersey on, you know? And what I want you to do is take yesterday's video of me without the butt shot at the end and send it to Joe Douglas, okay? And then crop it, whatever you want, crop it. And when when the roster goes into that film room where it looks like it's a movie theater, they can play to get inspired.
So be clear, this is not your ass I'm sending to Joe Douglas.
No.
Okay.
Not take that, clip that out.
All right.
But take my inspirations on how we got where we are today and what you could help us do as a unit. Because, you know, you bring up Saleh, and if you look at all the reviews or all the videos of Saleh in the locker room, calming everybody down and then giving his little 1 minute preview, you know, Greg the leg. I mean, it goes on and on and on. I told you yesterday, you have never seen this insomnia from a Jets fan, and I'm in South Florida. I don't see it when I go. My dad grew up in Chatham. So we know Morristown, the deli that gave Mike Williams the breakfast sandwich that sealed the deal. Mm-hmm. I know all those old places, you know, and as a kid, and my dad would bring me in there. There is in Chatham, there is, I think it's on Main Street, that there's a ice cream shop that has been open since the 40s and the 50s. And my dad used to go there as a kid. And he brought me here and he says, you know, when I was your age, I came here and my grandfather got me, my grandfather, his father, got him ice cream, you know, and I understand, I may be wrong, but I understand it's still open today. So if I don't even know where I'm going with this, I'm just off.
Well, Keith, I'll tell you what, I'm going to edit that clip. We'll send it to Joe Douglas. We'll make sure your ass cheeks are not visible, and we'll go from there. How does that sound?
Yeah, and then I think if they play that every guy on the team, the whole roster, whoever gets cut, I'm sorry. You know, Clancy, my condolences to you. But I remember what you said when I was on last Saturday, the keeper of perspective. And I never forget that all week long. And that's what we try to challenge ourselves every day. I'm not sitting on the New Jersey Turnpike in traffic. I didn't figure out from exit 9, do I go on the car side or the truck side? You know, riding Route 3 or Route 17 in Lodi, exit 159 off the Garden, or 172, I think it was 172 in the Garden State Parkway. That's how I grew up. And now I sit in this beautiful place called South Florida. But I get to watch this, and this is the inspiration that I talked about yesterday that drives me to a new level of where am I going with life.
Hey, Keith, I love it, man. Thank you for the call. And I'll tell you what, I hear something. Do you hear that? It's Joe Douglas music. Excellent call from Keith Best. Ladies and gentlemen, interesting question here from Jay Quest, who writes in. How is Jay Quest not a member? Get this guy a membership. Doesn't make any sense. Jake, when is the Asmaniac 4% calendar coming out? That would sell out in a heartbeat. We've had issues producing that, Jay Quest. I submitted the calendar, and unfortunately, the manufacturing company was trying to tell me that this fine lady right here is not actually a woman. So, I'm working on it. It's hard. We try to be inclusive on the show. I think this is a fine, beautiful woman right here. I know Bobby does as well. So we're working on it. All right. The other issue I've had with the 4% female demographic calendar is I keep saying, hey, this is a woman too, and I'm getting a lot of pushback.
Oh, is that Gary's wife? Hi, Gary's wife. Oh, there she is. Got a good looking.
They don't seem to believe that that's a woman. The other issue I have is I sent in this clip for proof that's actually a woman for the calendar, and it's not working.
Gary, you need to stop yelling at all your friends about Joe Douglas and all of the Jet stuff. I mean, I'm going to leave you for Bobby. Wiggle, beagle, 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 beagle. Just let your cornrows down and just stop it already with all of the fighting. It's not worth it. I love Bobby. Wiggle, deagle, 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 deagle.
Yeah, this is what I'm dealing with. So, look, I got a lot on my plate, all right, between doing 2 shows a day for about 90 minutes a pop mostly, between my radio shows I'm doing, planning meetups, launching a merch store, planning events in London and Miami. It's a lot, man. And the fact that I can't get this 4% female calendar produced because they're telling me this is not a woman and Gary's wife is not a woman is downright offensive. So, long story short, Jay Quest, it's in the works, man. More of your calls right now. This guy bought some merch this morning. He's a Patreon member. He got exclusive access. Ladies and gentlemen, Nate is up next. Hello, Nate.
Yo, what's going on, Jake? That is the hardest I've ever laughed watching the Jake Asman show. When you showed the picture of Alan and then Gary. That I couldn't stop laughing here in the studio. Yeah, I did buy some merch. I bought a hat. I bought a hoodie. So I'm pretty stoked. Excited for that to come in.
Which hoodie? I forget which one you bought. Was it logo or Asmaniac logo?
It's the white text one on the green, and it just says Jake Asman Show.
Nice.
And then I got the Asmaniac hat. So
love it. Good choice.
I'm pretty stoked. Yeah. As for today's topic, second best odds to win Coach of the Year. I kind of feel like I wish I could bet that he doesn't win it. You know what I mean? Just because of how much the media disrespects the Jets. And like you said, they always seem to move the goalposts back. So I feel like the only way he could win Coach of the Year is if he leads his team to a Super Bowl. And obviously, a lot of things have to go right.
Well, here's the thing, though, Nate. Even if he does that it's a regular season award, right? So if it's voted on after the Super Bowl, then yeah, if he wins the Super Bowl, I think he'd win the award. But it's a regular season award.
Yeah. See, I've never really been that dialed into coaches awards. So what would he have to do for him to win it? What would you say? What kind of record?
I think if they win 11 or 12 games and they're AFC East champions, that he's got a great shot at it. If they're 13-4 though, right? Then that's something. If they're the 1 seed in the conference, I think he wins the award. I think he's guaranteed to win if the Jets are the 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah, if he finishes ahead of the Chiefs and the Ravens, teams like that. I mean, let's see it, right? From your lips to God's ears, right?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's a good problem to have if the Jets win 11 or 12 games, they're in the playoffs, and we're pissed that Saleh didn't win Coach of the Year. I'll take that,
Yeah, I mean, that's fine with me. I'm sure it'd be fine with him, too.
100%. Nate, you got to get a Gorman tank, man. You're rocking the red tank right now. You got to go to the merch store and get an Asmaniac Gorman tank.
I never know how they're going to fit, so I always need to try them on before I buy them. But I did see it. I was interested. It was in the cart. I won't even lie to you. It was in the cart, and I said, wow. Let's see. All right. I want to start seeing it on some Asmaniacs first, see how it looks.
Yeah, we'll see how it looks in some of our male models, and then we'll go from there.
Get Daniel Murphy in that shirt, and if it looks good, I'll get one too,
I love it. Nate, great call, man. Appreciate it. That's awesome. I love that. Let's see. Super chat from Mike D's Nuts. He writes in, RSVP to 817. See y'all there. Should be a blast. We got some legendary Asmaniacs coming out. Mike D's Nuts is going to be in the house. Are you kidding me? That's big time. Mike D's Nuts in the house. You got that right, Leanie.
Is this Mike D's Nuts?
Oh, yes, it is. JR Jet checks in. Ordered the Asmaniac snapback and white tee. Hope to wear it to T-Squared next month, and I need a new jersey to wear to the Texans game at Jet Life. Any suggestions? Should I go active player or throwback? Let's go. JR, here's what I would say. if you're going to go active player, you want to be very careful with what you pick. Right? You got great options on this team. If you go throwback player, it never goes out of style. If you have a Namath jersey, it never goes bad. Nick Mangold, Darrell Rivas, David Harris, Curtis Martin, Wayne Kerber, it never goes bad. Jericho Cotcher, never goes bad. If you go current, you got some great choices. So it's really up to you. It's more risk with current because you never know what happens with a current player. But sometimes you got to roll the dice. So it's up to you. What should JR Jet do? Write in the comments. Current player or throwback? Ladies and gentlemen, we wonder where this guy has been. He has not called in several days. And when this happens, I start to worry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's V-Man.
It's time for another V-Man call. Hopefully he not sleeping. Adios mio.
Hello,
Hey,
V-Man.
Dave, what's up? How you doing?
Where have you been, man?
Yeah, I would have called in yesterday, but I had to run an errand. It was exhausting. After work, I had to take a subway to my grandparents' house in the Bronx.
Ooh.
because her tenants, because their tenants made the stupid decision of running everything all at once, and they blew a fuse. So I had to go from work 8 o'clock in the morning. I had to take a train to the Bronx, then take the subway into the Bronx, take the subway back out of the Bronx, and then take a train home. It was so I was just so exhausted, I didn't feel like calling it.
Makes sense. Now let me ask you this: what are you going to buy from the Jake Asman merch store, V-Man?
Probably that snapback hat.
I could see you rocking an Asmaniac snapback. I also could see you rocking a Jake Asman Show coffee mug because you love to put a little coquito in that coffee.
I do not. I've said this. No, my sister does that. I don't. I drink mine straight.
Sure.
No, I do not. I don't like any milk in my coffee unless it's cafe con leche or cappuccino. I don't put milk in my coffee of any kind.
All right. Well, if you do order the mug, you let me know. All right. Let me know how I can help.
All right. Yeah. No. So you're probably gonna ask me what am I gonna be wearing at the Jake Asman meetup?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I was going to ask you what you were going to be wearing, but I will now. Sure.
Well, you said you can't go wrong with a classic, and not just any Joe Namath jersey am I going to be wearing. I'm wearing the Mitchell and Ness 68 Super Bowl season jerseys.
Wow. I'm excited, V-Man. Are you ready to perform at halftime?
Nah, like I said, I'm not feeling that.
Wow, you are? That's awesome, man. I can't wait.
I didn't say, hey, stop putting words in my mouth.
You just said yes. I'm so excited, Jake. I just heard you.
No, I did not.
I heard you. Everyone listening heard the same thing I just did. What are you talking about?
No, that was my mom saying hi.
No, that was the audience going, yeah, V-Man, can't wait for you to perform. Woo!
I don't think I'm gonna.
Hi, V-Mom. Tell your mom I say hello.
Yeah, I don't know if I can perform. Besides, me going through with a guitar on my back. It's like I'm just asking for someone to try to nick it off me.
I don't know. I think people will respect your presence there. No one's gonna touch your legendary guitar.
Like I said, I'll see. Like I said, I'm a nervous person. I'm not comfortable playing in front of people. Unless it's people I know, I'm not very comfortable.
To be fair, you might know everyone there. They're certainly gonna know you.
So like I said, I can maybe play one or two songs. That's about it. It's I'm not that really good at playing guitar.
All right. Well, maybe there's a chance you change your mind. All right.
All right.
Anything else you'd like to share with the audience?
Well, the video's about Saleh with potentially being in the mix for winning Coach of the Year. I can see that.
All right.
Especially if you're talking about, it's the playoffs. But I think if you talk about him leading the Jets to their first division title since since Lord of the Rings was in the theaters, that would be obviously an impressive feat.
Well, V-Man, you've outdone yourself with that history reference. Great call.
Well,
Enjoy your day.
well, you got to put it into context so people understand. I think it was that was the Two Towers was in theaters the last time the Jets won the AFC East. So you got to give it context so people know. Like,
I love it. V-Man, you have a hell of a day.
Peace.
That's the end of that V-Man call. Now he can go back to sleeping.
Tremendous call from V-Man. And V-Mom making a cameo appearance. Love that. Rat Diddy, he super chats. I got this alert from Rat Diddy this morning. Going to be rocking my Gorman tank in Vegas. LFG. Let's go. Rat Diddy, what are your thoughts on Alan being a cross-dresser? I think this happened when you were on vacation. You and Alan obviously see eye to eye on everything. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. Gusbuster Hotline is open if you want in on the conversation. Joining us right now is someone who always streams when I'm not live. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Bobby time.
Well, you know I have my own YouTube show. If I'm awake, I'm going live. But Les Jake has a show. Bobby.
Jake, thank you for having the show. I asked you if you were going to have a show today.
Yeah, and look what happened, Bobby. We're having a show.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Well, thanks for listening.
And I want to give my love to Clancy. I'm very sorry, Clancy.
Yeah, condolences, of course.
You're my pal, Clancy. I feel bad. Hope you're doing good, Clancy, my pal. I love you. Let's see where this is happening today.
How late were you streaming last night, Bobby? I caught some of the show.
I left about 12.
12, okay. It's actually not as late as I thought it was going to go.
No,
Good.
We're getting tired. I was getting tired. I told him, tired, I'm going to bed.
What was the big topic of the conversation? You versus Gary?
Oh, Gary was running his mouth all night.
Was he really? What did Gary do now?
I don't know. They start talking about basketball, and then I heard boxing.
Uh-oh. You know the rule of the Bobby Show. You bring up boxing. It's Cardinal sin.
Not good.
No, not good at all.
No.
Joining us right now is Gary. Hello, Gary.
I wish I could show you my screen. I'm literally watching boxing right now, Bobby.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Bobby, I was on your show for about a half hour yesterday. I was running my mouth all night. I was watching boxing last night, too. I was watching the
You
Golden
were on
Boy.
more than a half an hour.
Okay.
Okay, let's get back to Jake. We're done with this. This is creepy. Creepy, Jake. Jake, why you do this to us? Man, this is like embarrassing.
This is embarrassing?
I mean,
You can't be seen with me, Bobby? I embarrass you?
No, I'm just saying. You're not creepy with me next to you?
Bobby, I'm on your show all the time. Why?
All right.
We kind of lost some structure of the show, but I mean, I'm not creeped out by.
I know, but
talking to
Jake
Bobby
always
Midnight.
does this to people. He did that to, what's his name? V-Man. Oh, you're going to perform. I was going to sing at the show, so I want to sing.
Bobby, when the sun goes down in a little while, I'm going with my 69-year-old girlfriend to take a walk on the beach in Palm Beach. I'm 60, she's 69. I love hanging out with her.
You like the older women? You like the cool?
I don't like those ones in
Bobby.
Calm your freaky down.
Bobby, you can't ask Keith if he likes cougars. Come on.
I know, but she's 9 years older than him. I'm only kidding, Keith.
You know, when you sing New York, New York, I want you to go back and play the post 9/11 game at Shea Stadium when Liza Minnelli came out on the field to sing New York. I asked Jake to make a video to Edgemo you in with your face with Liza kicking her legs up with the police officers holding her by her arms.
If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you. New York, New York. Yeah, I'll do that. Well, don't I have big boobies or what?
Bobby.
Well, you put
I'm a fan
Bobby.
too, Bob.
I like good-looking chicks in that thing. Wow.
Bobby.
Oh, yeah, baby. Things are about to get crazy here on the Jake Asman Show.
Calm your freaky down.
Sometimes we try, Or that freaky just take us over?
Give him some of your loving voice.
Oh yeah, hide them kids.
Again, leave your damn freaky down.
Too you sexy.
you gotta chill, man.
Bobby. You put my face on her body, so look at her boobies.
I didn't do that.
Gator did that. I know Gator did
Don't
it.
lump me in with Gator.
You work together. Don't tell me.
No. Gator operates on his own timeline.
No, you tell him.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, like Gary asked you to put down that lady, and then you never did that.
Gary asked me to do what?
Put down the
That's
picture of
kinda
his
dirty.
wife.
Take down the picture. Oh,
Yeah, remember?
Which picture? I thought this was Gary's wife.
Oh, is that Gary's wife? Hi, Gary's wife. Oh, there she is. Got a good looking. The one with the pink dress. He can't stand that picture.
Was she called into the show?
We go leave the think because Gary, you need to stop yelling at all your friends about Joe Douglas and all of the Jet stuff. I mean, I'm going to leave you for Bobby. Wiggle, beagle, beetle, beetle, beetle. Just let your cornrows down and just stop it already with all of the fighting. It's not worth it. I love Bobby. Wiggle, deagle, 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 deagle.
See? That's what we're
You played
talking
that
about.
twice today. Okay, I want to put in my thing about Robert Saleh. Okay,
Go ahead.
Talking Jets. Okay, no more of this funny business anymore. Okay, so
Funny business.
I'm trying to get serious. This is
no,
deadly
I'm
serious.
talking about Jet Talk. You want Jet Talk? I'll give you Jet Talk.
Oh, give us some of your finest Jet Talk.
Yeah. Okay. So Robert Saleh, I think, could be the coach of the year because what Joe Douglas did for him, he gave him a great players, but he has to coach them the right way. If he coaches the right way, I think they could be 12-5, win the AFC division, and go to the Super Bowl and win it. And first week they'll beat the 49ers. They'll stamp all over that little pusshead. What's his name?
What?
What's his name?
Did you call him a pusshead?
Yeah, what's his name?
Bobby, this is a family show.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
Come on, Bobby. Gary, your thoughts. Go ahead.
I actually have thoughts on it. This is strange to me because in Texas there's like two groups of people. There's the bench Quinn Ewers people, and the Quinn Ewers is going to win the Heisman people. And
What does this have anything to do with Robert Saleh?
Can I make my point?
Fine.
Can I make my point? And then there's the Quinn Ewers is going to win the Heisman people. I feel like this is the same thing. This is Saleh's going to be coach of the year, or he needs to be fired immediately. Right? Like there's only two groups of people here. When they put odds like this, right? They're telling you something. Right? Like how many games were the Jets favored in to win this year? Like 13, I think.
I actually had that stat. I forget what it is. They're favorites. I think at 14 of their 17 games.
14 games.
I think it's that high. Yeah.
That means when push comes to shove, right? When you take your partisan and you bias out of it, and Vegas puts their money where their mouth is. They think the Jets are going to go 14-3.
That's
what
not
Vegas thinks.
No, but not necessarily because it's not. They're not all lines are created equal. What I mean by that is, like, for instance, against the Bills, I think they're a 2.5-point home favorite. On a neutral field, that means the Bills would be a favorite, and in Buffalo, that means they'd be closer to a 6-point favorite, right? Not that high, but the point I'm trying to make, actually, I think it's like 1 or 2 is the line, not 2.5. But the point I'm trying to make is you get 3 points for home field. So if it's less than 3, that means that they think the Bills are the better team. But since the Jets are home field advantage makes them the favorite. You're not going to win every game you're favored in it either.
You're not going to, but that's what they're telling you. Who do you think Vegas is telling you? Who do you think is going to win this game? I think
They think the Jets are going to be good. There's
like
no,
2.5.
we don't need to get like technical about it. The Jets are expected to be a good team this year.
So the Saleh thing, like, this is what's interesting to me, right? Like no one would say Saleh, and I like Saleh, but no one would say he's the best coach in the NFL, or even near the best coach in the NFL. So then what's the award given to exactly?
The coach of the year.
Okay, what's the criteria for it then? If it's not the best coach, what's the criteria?
It's the
for
best
award?
coach, the guy who did the best job coaching in the regular season in 2024. How people interpret that, it's up for interpretation. Bill Belichick has not won coach of the year every year. The Patriots are the 1 seed every year. Like, you know, it usually goes to a team or a coach whose team had moderate expectations and significantly overachieved said expectations. Dan Campbell, I believe, won coach of the year last year for what he did with the Lions. I think. Wasn't it Campbell?
I was going to ask that question because I would say, doesn't it have to be Tomlin? Look at that roster. Look at the quarterback.
Actually,
right?
it wasn't even Campbell. It was Stefanski who won it last year, which makes sense. He got to the playoffs with that team that was dealing with all the injuries.
And how many does Andy Reid have? How many does Mike Tomlin have? How many Belichick have?
I don't know, but who cares?
No, I like it. Like, if the Jets win, he should be in consideration. But, like, what are the haters going to say if he wins Coach of the Year? Which I don't fully understand the award. Like, I don't understand why you get it over Tomlin or Reid or something like that.
You know who's got a better chance to win an award? Maybe Douglas, GM of the year.
Yeah.
Tyron Smith is good. Mike Williams is good. Hassan Reddick's tearing it up. Malachi Corley hits the ground running.
I don't know the criteria for that award either. So, I mean, I guess it's like an award for MVP, and Steve Nash has more than Kobe Bryant. It doesn't really make any sense at the end of the day.
You know, it's almost like, I'm trying to come up with an analogy. It's almost like saying you would rather have like gas station pizza over any item from McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like gas station pizza from Quick Trip or a Baconator or a Big Mac. I'm taking the gas station pizza all day.
Gary, have a great Saturday.
You too, Jake. It's always good, my friend.
Gas station pizza is better than a Big Mac. Yeah, ladies, you can do my music.
Ladies and gentlemen, after a hiatus, this guy is back. It's a Sprague Spree.
I am the master of the Sprague Spree. Take this, Jake, you little bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, a 5 spot from William, Sean Mahoney, Brandon James, Ghost Ackley, David G, Carlos Reyes, all officially channel members. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Richard Todd says, what happened between Bobby and Gary? Look, there was some streaming controversy. Gary went live at 6:30. Bobby was already live, and Gary tried to strong arm Bobby off the air. But I think they have hashed it out. Sluggo says Saleh's going to win the Super Bowl and convert. That's a silly comment, Sluggo. I didn't read the whole thing. Let's see. J-Quest says, where is Allen? Is he banned? Haven't seen him since I came back. I think he's on vacation or he's taking some time off or something. I don't know. I think he went to a cross-dressing convention, but no one's told me that. That's just my theory. Bobby Midnight has gifted a channel membership. Let's go, Bobby. Way to pay it forward. Dyke Tyson is the recipient of a channel membership. And you know what? Bobby, you've earned yourself back in my good graces for your generous donation to one of our members. So, ladies and gentlemen, back from timeout after cursing, we bring on the great Bobby Midnight.
Oh, you know I like the Yankees and the Jets. Can't believe Jake and Roger bet on more than just a hat on Bobby.
I meant to say Putzhead. That's what I meant.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
So what's that little guy's name? He's going to get squashed.
Little guy?
You know, Neil says.
Oh, Brock Purdy.
That's him, yeah. Purdy is going to be pretty smushed into the ground.
Well, Dre said he's going to die.
Yeah, he's going to get smushed into the Levi Stadium ground.
He's going to die!
He's going to be part of the grass. He's going to get sacked like 6 times.
6? I'll take that.
Yeah. Intercepted 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because 49, I don't think McCaffrey's going to have a good game against our defense.
I hope not.
No, I think he gets hurt so much. I would not put him on my fantasy football league. Hey, what are you ever gonna do our Discord fantasy football league?
What do you mean Discord fantasy football?
Because Sports Fury doesn't in their league. They put it.
I have a fantasy league for the Asmaniacs. That's the only league I'm in.
You do? Which one? From Circa?
It's sponsored by Circa and Full Time Fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's $400.
I know. It's a big money league.
Yeah, I'm saying, can you do for the little less people?
We do have another league that Nick in the Discord, Bobby. Nicholas, St. Nicholas is his name. He's the one who runs that league. Ask him if there's a spot.
Do you have any? You're not going to the opening day, are you?
In San Francisco?
No, Patriots.
Of course I'm going to be there.
Okay, do you have any extra tickets for BMAC?
I don't have any extra tickets for that game.
We got to raise BMAC's ticket. He wants to come down opening day. And I told him I'd pick him up.
You're going to pick BMAC up and...
Yeah, because I could go that way because that goes to New Jersey way.
All
you
right.
ever go upstate New York?
All the time.
Do you ever go Suffern, New York?
Not often.
Okay, if you go Suffern, New York, right? Past Suffern, you go to New Jersey. I'm past that, so we go down. That's where we pick them up at.
And this was Geography with Bobby, brought to you by an unknown sponsor.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you, I'm going to pick him up. I told him.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to raise the money to get him there.
All right. Well, if we get close, let me know. I'll contribute.
I'm going to ask Nick if he has an extra ticket because he got the home opener.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody, all people sign up for that one.
Yep.
So, all right. So, yeah, I could sit in the back. Chill out.
All right. We'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Well, you know I love to talk and hate to type. Jake, when is your next show? Alan is a cartoon character. Bobby.
What a call from Bobby Midnight. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone I had the honor and privilege of chatting with earlier for a Patreon exclusive video. Ladies and gentlemen, we heard from Keith Best earlier in the show. The guy who gifted Keith his tickets to the Jets-Dolphins game on December 8th is on the line. King and Dreams up next. What's up, Candy?
What's going on? What's going on? What's the word, Jake? Oh, man, I'm so upset that I missed Keith. So, I didn't realize that you were actually committing to going live. And then, so I was like, well, I ended up interviewing one of my people who is in Kenya. So it's 7 o'clock. Well, it was 7 o'clock over there. So anyway, I jumped on the live. And then when you sent me the text, I'm like, damn.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to catch Keith maybe on Monday or something like that, But Keith, hopefully you enjoy the tickets to the game, and make sure that you watch my Patreon because I actually mentioned you on the Patreon, and let's make sure that we fry some fish when we play the Dolphins.
Amen, man. And for those who want to watch that full conversation with King and Dreams, learn a little bit more about him and his backstory, that's up on Patreon. K&D, you're the best, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Definitely, guys, make sure that you check out that Patreon. Again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Kings with a Z, the letter N, and then Dreams with a Z. Thank you so much, man. Have a happy Saturday. Salute to my guy, Jake. Definitely working, man. 7 days a week, man. I think you might just be Jamaican, man, because Jamaicans just work. So let me find out you Jamaican, man.
I appreciate it, K&D. Thanks, man. The season started, man. This is the fun stuff. This is what I love. Honestly, this doesn't feel like work during the shows. The work is planning this, getting sponsors so I could continue to do this full time. That's the work. This is the fun stuff. This is easy. Len writes in with a super chat. He's been an Asmaniac for 8 whole months. Ordered the collar shirt in both black and white, plus the Jake Asman polo and the Asmaniac dad hat in green. Thanks for the merch. Len, you went ham, my man. Appreciate that. For those who want merch, get on Patreon. You get it 15% off. It's included in your membership. It pays for itself. If you're going to buy multiple items, you basically got Patreon for free because of the discount. Literally, you can't get a better deal. Patreon.com/Jake Asman Show. You can sign up in 2 minutes. It is that easy. And you get Discord access. Name in the intro. This show in audio form on Apple or Spotify. You can connect the feed so it comes right up every day. Bonus shows like the King and Dream show I did this morning. Check it out. That easy. Comments, questions, super chats. Last chance to get in here. Nestor Cortez getting rocked. I am not happy right now. Beth Page Chris says, collecting money is a full-time job alone. Dude, trying to collect 15 grand from Asmaniacs for our group buy for the Texans game, that sucked. What we're going to do next year is, now I have my website launched, I'm just going to basically have people pay the website if you want to go. So you want to go to the game, you pay the website, and then you're locked in. Because I can't do the collection again. That was taking years off my life. Oh, my God, did that suck. Jake Quest writes in, I bought one item, and for $8 off, Patreon paid. Boom. Thank you, Jake Quest. See, you're exactly what I'm talking about. Snowball says, Bobby and B-Mac can sing all the way to the game. Bobby, would you and B-Mac be singing in the car ride down to the opener?
Oh, what are we going to sing, Snowball? I don't know.
Hey, you just put the radio on. You guys just jam out.
Yeah, I'll jam it. Jam
right.
it. Jam it. I like music. I party when I drive.
Give us a song. Give us something. Hey, give us a tune.
I don't know. You put me on the spot.
How about you sing a little Piano Man by Billy Joel?
No, do you like to be put on the spot, Jake?
You got to be ready, man.
Oh, well, I'm not ready.
You got to stay ready, man. You never know when your opportunity is going to come.
Yeah, I'll sing on my
You know what they say, Bobby. You got to prepare like you're the starter.
Yeah, well, you're the starter of this show, so.
Big Bird's watching the show. He says, I want to party with Bobby.
He's going to be down there?
Oh, Big Bird's going to be in full costume at the meetup, I'm told.
Oh, he's not going to be Big Bird. He's some probably 6'7" guy with orange hair or something like that.
No, he's a bird.
No, he's not a bird.
So you don't think this is actually Big Bird watching the show?
No, it's a guy.
Bobby, I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Well, King Lowski's going to bucks him up if he touches Genergy. So stay away from Genergy, Big Bird.
Nate says, Tough Guys by REO Speedwagon. Yeah, sing that.
Yeah, that's a good song. Oh, I might. Oh, that's not my Nate. That's the other guy with the beard, right?
How about Party in the USA?
Wow, you're very demanding, Nate. Oh.
I think he's just giving some song suggestions.
Yeah, I will sing. I'm not singing right now. I'm not in the mood to sing right now.
All right.
Okay. I'll sit in the back. If you're almost over, right?
Big Bird says I'm offended.
Well, that's your fault, not my fault.
Vinny says, how about chicken fried?
Chicken fried? What?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I don't know.
Zach Brown Band? I've seen them live twice.
Chicken fried? Never heard of it.
Yes, you have.
No, I did not.
You know I like my chicken fried. And a cold beer on a Friday night. Come on, Bobby. You know the song. A pair of jeans that fit just right.
Never
and
heard
the
it.
radio.
Never heard it. No.
Wow.
Never heard it. Sorry.
Well, you gotta listen to that song.
Yeah,
Great
well,
song.
chicken fried. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Like the first time I ever heard the other song I sung. What was the other song? With Afro Man. What was that song?
Because I got high.
Yeah, that was a good one. I never heard that song. That was hilarious.
Well, I know you can sing, Bobby. We've seen it. I think you.
Yeah,
feel
but
it.
I'm not in the mood right now to sing.
You're not.
I have to be in the mood to sing.
All right. Well.
So you join my show later. I might sing to you.
All right. Maybe you'll sing this.
You know what it is? They can't get the taxes out of that in Airbnb because of Zelle and all that stuff. They were so they outlawed it. That's basically what it is.
That must have been recent because I stayed at an Airbnb like maybe about 2.5 years ago.
Was it in Manhattan?
Huh?
Was it in Manhattan?
No, I was in Brooklyn.
Okay, yeah, I know Brooklyn and Queens has Airbnbs. If you're looking to go
Yeah,
out there, you definitely could.
yeah. Oh,
like look
okay.
into, like you could look in, I think, to Long Island City. I don't know if they have hotels and whatnot there, but Long Island City is like a Manhattan, brand new Manhattan. Like there's a brand new skyline. I know people that.
That's awesome.
Bobby, what are you singing, Bobby?
Nothing.
Chicken doesn't go with pasta. Don't you know it's disgusting? Chicken can't go with pasta. Why? Because of the texture. Instead, go get yourself pizza at the closest Shell gas station. Cause chicken don't go with pasta. I just discovered dogs are pets.
Great song by Gary there. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is another caller. And then we're going to wrap up here shortly unless more calls come in. Brendy is up next. Hello, Brendy. What do you got for us?
What's going on, Jake?
Brendy, what's up, man?
I'm the guy who had the car that looked like the one with all the holes in the car and everything last time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So no, but I had two questions and then I had a scenario. Well, I had one question and I had a scenario. One, is there still tickets for the Miami versus Jets game that y'all coming down to?
Yes. I at least I think so. It's not for the actual game. I'm doing it with Richie and his AFC East crew. So that's where my seats are. So I would check that website on Richie's page to find it and get it there if you want to go.
All right, cool. Now, scenario. All right, I know we've had this Davante Adams kind of conversation, right? And I'm gonna tell you one thing: he's going to be a Jet, whether it's by the deadline or it's going to be by next year. Reason being is this: if the Raiders are like 1-7 or 2-6, he's probably going to be like, "Let me get out of here," and they're going to send him where he wants to go. Now, if they say, "Nah, you're going to stay here," he's going to be a $44 million cap hit next year. They save $28 million if they cut him. They take a $15 million cap hit. So I was explaining that to my friends. I was like, "Hey, I want you to understand something. If he wants out, he's going to end up being a Jet regardless. So we should just be smiling. We're like, hey, it may not be, even if it's not this year, he knows for a fact he's going to be a Jet by next year."
Yeah,
And
but here's the thing, so much is unknown about the Jets next year, right? Like, what regime is in place if they don't win this year, right? That's why it's like, if the Raiders are out of it and he's available at the trade deadline, then go and get him.
Well, that's the thing. He'll most likely be available by the trade deadline because I don't think looking at their schedule, no. I'm sorry. I know they won 8 games last year and everything, but you're starting off with a new quarterback. You got it. And normally with new quarterbacks, it takes about 8 weeks for them to really start getting into a flow. So looking at that scenario, I really don't think that the Raiders will be a good by the bye week. I mean, not bye week, by the trade deadline. So I'm just letting everybody know that this, like Dan Orlovsky said, it's a done deal. It's just when. Is it this year or is it next year? Because they're not going into the season next year paying Davante Adams at 34 years old, $44 million.
I would agree.
He's not going to take a bigger. So he will be a Jet regardless. It just depends when. Now, if he is a Jet, that makes it better for us because that means Aaron Rodgers ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, well, it's also his cap hit is that he's not actually owed that. None of his money's guaranteed after this year, so they would cut him and save on their salary cap. If the Jets acquired him, Brendy, I think they would redo his deal to fit the Rodgers time money. He would probably take I don't know if it's a pay cut, but he would do something with the cap where they'd be able to tack on years, restructure it, and would help the Jets financially. I think it's all in the works if the Raiders make him available, which he's not available right now.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I think honestly, just looking at our team, health is the biggest concern. But I look at PFF a lot. I look at other teams, but man, we have I haven't seen this roster as this good since 2010. And I won't count 2009 because I feel like that was like a fluke we got in, but we made the best of it. But the roster, it's not like we bought the roster. It's just like, hey, this roster was built and we threw extra pieces on.
Yeah, the core of this team is been drafted, and like that's how you put together the team. The quarterback is obviously a quote unquote hired gun, but like it's It's what Tampa did with Tom Brady. It's what Denver did with Peyton Manning. Like, this has been done before. Like, now the Jets need to get injury luck like those teams did at quarterback. We didn't get it last year, and take our best chance.
I think our best chance is well, we know a season is long, but I think our best chance is this year. There are our games that are set up in the first 10 games. They're all like, it's liable if the defense is, of course, the defense is going to be what it is. But if the offense gets clicking, we're liable to maybe only lose 1 or 2 games the first 10 games based on how it's set.
Start fast. Let's go.
Based on how it is, based on looking at those schedules. We're playing a couple rookie quarterbacks. Well, 3. We're playing around 3 rookie quarterbacks. We got to go across. Now, the only biggest test that we have is San Fran, but let's be honest, we match up with them step for step, stride for stride. Corners, where it comes to corners, where it comes to the D line, where it comes to the linebackers, safeties. That's probably a little bit of our weak point. But offensive line, our depth, we probably got the best depth in offensive line in football because we're drafting Olu. He's sitting there on the bench. He could clearly start for all 32 teams if given the opportunity. So, I think we actually are in a good position. I don't want to start crying like that fan did the other day to Aaron Rodgers and say, I just won a Super Bowl. But yeah, man, I just won a Super Bowl. Or at least let me see some good quarterback play. I haven't seen good quarterback play since Fitzpatrick, and he screwed us twice with that Buffalo game.
It ended so poorly. It's tough to even look back on that positive. I get it. Brandy, great call, man. Appreciate you. Brandy checking in. The only thing Brandy said incorrect in that call was that wasn't some random fan with Aaron Rodgers crying. It was actually Dre.
Hey, Dre, what do you think about Brock Purdy?
He's going to die.
So that's the only thing we got to get clear. One last call, then we wrap up. Ladies and gentlemen, Peg and Artie is on the line. Is this Artie on the line? Let's find out. What's up, Peg and Artie? Hello. Party with
Hey, Jake, how you doing?
What's up, man?
I just want to say thanks for the zaniness of your show. Me and Peg enjoy it a lot. The Asmaniacs, they're second to none.
Thank you.
And I love everybody, man. It's a great show. I wish you luck. We got training camp starting soon. And I love the arraignment of guests that you have on. The Tippmann interview was stellar. That was unbelievably great. The calls that your regular callers call in crack me and Peg up all the time. I just wanted to say.
Uh-oh. We lost you for a second there, Artie. Thanks so much for the kind words, though, man. Uh-oh. We got the long Ricky NY delay there. Artie, great call, man. Unfortunately, a little connection issues there, but really appreciate the kind words. And once again, thanks to Joe Tippmann. I mean, the interview he gave us the other day was tremendous. He was awesome. That's my next jersey, by the way, the Joe Tippmann jersey. Can't wait.
Gary,
What's up?
You're on for like 2 minutes. You didn't hear that?
Oh, no, I was watching boxing.
Jake put you on. You're sitting there, and then he's ringing the bell. You know the bell he plays.
Yeah,
he's doing that to you, and you're not paying attention.
I didn't even know I was. I
was dying laughing in the back. It was hilarious. That was good. But you're doing your job. At least you're doing your job. So.
Trying to. It's one of those days. We're just having trouble getting going, right?
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, my wife and Deck are out of town, and
oh, where did they go?
my wife's aunt is not well. Like her time is.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're already making the funeral arrangements and stuff, and my
Oh,
boys.
she got
I can't
that.
go. So my wife took Decker, and they're gonna be.
She got hospice or something.
Yeah, she hasn't.
Okay.
I don't want to get into details yet, but
No, I know, but
it's the end of the road. Yeah.
Yeah, they're usually at home. They don't want to die at the house. My friend's mother died at the house. She didn't want to go to the hospital, so they had hospice.
I'm at the boys by myself. it's
Well,
not
you
easy.
don't have the nanny.
Well, they're here. Yeah, she actually has them right now, so I can work. She took them out. They're gonna go to splash park, water park.
Oh, they enjoy that.
Yeah, I got a bunch of work to do.
Knockouts don't matter if you land enough jabs. You can do a music.
Bobby, why would you tell Gary that we had him on camera there? You just ruined the bit. Anyway, one last call, then we're done. Ladies and gentlemen, Nate, parentheses Nate. Hello, Nate.
I heard chaos in the chat.
Oh, there's been chaos.
I heard Bobby sing. I did want to say about training camp that there are some folks in your Asmaniac club, that Shine and Chef Kevin, guys that missed out on tickets, and I have like an extra 1 ticket to every date. So if anyone else had an extra 1 ticket, I know we could get Nick Shine and his son to like that Saturday, August 3rd. And I think same with Chef Kevin. So I don't know. I just want to put it out there that I know people are all over there looking for tickets, and I got 1. If someone can match me, we could make it happen for one of the Asmaniacs.
I love it. Yeah, I have. I think I'll have a couple extra tickets to most of them. So when I get that confirmed, I will give it to the Discord first as a perk for being a Patreon member. So I'm right there with you.
Perfect. All right. Well, I can throw one in on whatever date you got for those guys that I.
Bonesy's trying to get 5 tickets because this man has so many kids. I love it.
Yeah, Bonesy's gonna need a ticket rep that I don't have. Sorry, Bones.
Well, we'll figure it out for you, Bones. You don't worry. And also, since you had so many kids, I would like to play this.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
Mm-hmm. All right, Nate. Any other thoughts here before I wrap up the show?
I came in super late and just saw a bunch of.
Wait, is today your birthday?
It is my birthday. Yeah.
Did you say it was your birthday, or did the chat know that and I didn't hear you?
Only in the Bobby Midnight show did I reveal it, not on the
okay.
Jake Asman show. It was a Bobby Midnight exclusive.
Yeah, I would have felt bad if you said it and I just missed it when I was dealing with something.
No,
Happy birthday, man.
stayed up till midnight to sing to me at the strike of midnight. So shout out to Bobby for that.
Really? Well, you know what, Bobby, would you be willing to sing the Nate on this show so more people see it?
I think we all know the answer to that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Midnight joins us now. Bobby, can you sing for Nate?
Of course I can.
All right, you want full screen?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Let's go.
All right.
Let's do this for Nate. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Nate. Happy birthday to you. And you're awesome guy. Okay, that's good.
Great call. Great job, Bobby.
You like that, Nate? Twice in one day. How about that?
Nate, you're on mute.
Nate, you're on mute.
I apologize. I'm used to the Bobby show where when he sings, it's kind of mandatory that you mute.
It's not on Jake's show. He laughs over you while you're trying to say
it's second nature. I apologize.
How dare you?
You did when I say New York, New York. And
One time I laughed because it was funny. It was a great moment.
And then the other time I was saying We Are Family.
Well, that was funny too.
And
Sue me for laughing.
You put Cheese Fan on.
Yeah.
And I heard you guys talking.
I cried when Bobby sang Because I Got High by Afro Man. And the first line was, I didn't want to clean my room because I got high.
That's it. And the broom. Don't forget the broom.
Right.
Then we won't say the other word because it's foul language. That was crazy.
That's fair.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Gary looked shocked. Was Gary frozen or was he live the whole time?
I don't know.
No, he's live. I thought that was hilarious.
He wasn't blinking.
No, he's
Bobby,
live.
I appreciate the two. Oh, there he is.
No, I'm here. I'm literally watching boxing, and I'm listening to this. And Jake keeps putting me. I'm not really watching.
Leave the green room. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I could. My brain is shot, bro.
I'm gonna make this announcement to everyone.
It's your show. You can do what you want.
I'm just gonna say this. All right, I'm gonna issue a warning to every caller. if you are staying in the green room after you make your call, you are fair game for me to throw you on the show whenever you want.
100%. I agree, Jake.
Oh yeah, I'll
You've
stay
done
out.
you've
I
done
don't
nothing
mind.
out of pocket. It is my own fault, my own stupidity. 100%.
And then if he asks to talk to certain people, you put us on, right?
What do you mean?
Like I wanted to talk to Neil the other day. You want to put me on?
Yeah, so it depends on the flow of the show, Bobby. This is
Well, I
this is
just
called
wanted
show
to-
business, not show friends.
Well, who's making you? We are family all together. We make you happy, Jake.
You're part of my family, Bobby. This is also still a show.
I know, but I just wanted to say hi to Neil. And
Yeah, but every time I have someone on, you want to say hi to that person. That we can't
not
do that
every
for
time.
It's a lot of people.
No.
Yeah,
Neil.
you delayed your nap to say hi to Andrew Fialco.
Well,
that's worth it. So
that's
people
worth
drop by, you gotta say hello.
That's
Can we-
worth it.
This Gary's Kryptonite headline.
I kept it from your show. I'm sorry. I didn't change it. Like for a while, it was Bobby 24-hour radio. There's got to be something to prop the change. Otherwise, until proven otherwise, I'll just be
Gary
I paid
Kryptonite.
him one. I said the debate we had was the first debate I've ever think I left where I'm not sure I won. I think that's what I said. And now, and now that's my kryptonite.
Are you saying this because it's my birthday? Are you saying this because it's my birthday?
I said that to you on the show. I said I'm not sure.
I'm not
I
getting
said
involved
Nick
with
made a
this.
good argument. Hasn't convinced me, but it was a very good argument. I'm not sure I won that debate. The first time I think I've ever said that out loud.
No
You made my
way,
day, Gary.
Jose.
Thank
You didn't win that debate? Oh my God. I didn't expect that to
Well, it
happen.
wasn't like a
Jake,
winner or a
Can
loser.
we, speaking of birthdays, can we make one note for Gary? I share a birthday with the best general manager in Jets history that I think also deserves
Oh,
a
Joe
happy
Douglas?
birthday. Now that thanks, Bobby. Now that
Ah.
Gary's on the show. Great minds tend to be born on July 20th, Gary. Great sports minds tend to be born on
Interesting
July
fact
20th.
is I was born on the same day, August 31st, 1983, as Larry Fitzgerald. And my youngest son and Tyrese Halliburton were both born on Leap Day. Interesting facts.
How about that? All right. This has been a great show. Thank you all. Happy birthday to Nate. What a show. What a show. Tuesday, Jets are reporting the training camp. And there'll be football in the air. Ladies and gentlemen, reminder. The merch store is live for Patreon users. You get a 15% discount and exclusive access to all the merch. If it sells out by Tuesday, my apologies. That's why I recommend joining Patreon. Also, we have a watch party coming up at T Squared Social on August 17th. That's free admission. And then we, of course, have a brand new event that I announced earlier. That's on August 7th. Spots are limited. It's a Jersey meetup in East Hanover, Don Jose Mexican restaurant. So the three items of note: merch store, T Squared Social, Don Jose Mexican restaurant, East Hanover, New Jersey. We're not done yet, though. 5-channel memberships from Nate, who was just on the show. Nate, we should be gifting you memberships on your birthday. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 at the buzzer. J-Man Hop, Zach Burkhart, Donnie Rosso. Donnie, you got your membership, man. You joined Patreon, and now you're a channel member. Boom. Lawrence Hobson, Austin Harris. You guys are all officially channel members. Shout out to Nate. Nate, what's your Venmo, man? I got a drink. I got a drink or two covered for you later. There's one other comment I wanted to read here, and then we're gonna actually end this damn show. Tom A says, "Final days of monkey business. Let's go." Yeah, what more football focus beginning Tuesday. Big Bird, Gary, you can't deny Saleh has done a decent job. I just love the idea of Big Bird arguing with Gary. Nothing like it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. You know, it's funny. I heard Gary say a line that he wasn't sure if he wanted to debate the other day, going at it against Nate. Gary, you probably lost that debate. I didn't see it, but I'm going to assume you lost it. And I can promise you, all right, you definitely, without any, concern whatsoever of me being wrong here, you definitely took the L in this debate, too. I'm trying to find it, though. God, I can't even find it. Hold on. Wow. Gary, you might get away with this. So just I can't find it. I don't know if I have it ready. No, come on. You're lucky. I can't find it, Gary. I do have this though. Everyone have a great Saturday. Check the channel for a possible Sunday show. Discord and Patreon users will find out about it first. Join Patreon if you want Asmaniac or Jake Asman Show merch. I'll talk to you guys soon. Like and subscribe to the channel. JETS, Jets.
Whoa, whoa. You don't need a quarterback. You need a good football player. That's what I'm saying about Brock Bowers. You need a good football player.
Gary has called back in. He's relentless tonight, man. Gary, what do you got?
What's going on, Jake? I'm a little fired up today. Let me ask you something. If you could get 30 touchdowns out of Jameis Winston and 30 interceptions, I'm going to tell you something about him. Caleb Williams is going to help him in the third round. And if he gets knocked down in round 7, I mean, his fight's going to go to the scorecard. It's probably fixed anyway. I mean, I disagree with you like 100%. What you did, miscalculating about not taking Joe Milton over Zach, a draft prospect. I mean, knockouts don't matter if you land enough jabs and you would have split decision. You don't need a quarterback for a 12-round fight. You get the tight end. You get the tight end. Joe Milton. Knockouts don't get the tight end because Bowers, he's not going to hold the ball as long as Caleb Williams. He'll just allow it to himself and catch it and score down the ring, and then it's a knockout fight. Wait, hold on, Jake. I think I owe you an apology. I just realized I called into your Jets show. Thought I was doing the boxing thing and I freaking crossed all my thoughts. Anyway, we should take Joe Milton and take Tyson over Jake Paul in round 3 of the draft. Thanks, Jake. Gator is a douchebag.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gator. Well done. Well done. Well done. Give Gator some love in the chat. That was well needed after Gary's call on the second show today. Good God. Bravo. Gary up next. Hello, Gary.
That skit that Gator did yesterday. I showed it to my wife. She thought it was the funniest thing she's ever seen. That was gold. I don't know how he does this, but he's got some type of talent. I hope he's using it for good. That guy is incredible.
You know you made it when you get impersonated by Gator.
Yeah, I'll take you as a compliment. I'll take it all as a compliment.
What about your take yesterday that the Jets have it's the most talented roster they've had since '98?
I agree with that.
Right.
I said that. Yeah.
But why is Douglas such a bad GM then?
Because he's 27 and 56. Joe, that's who you're referring to?
Right, but how could he be so bad at his job if they have the most talented roster since the last time they won 12 games in a season?
Because they got Aaron Rodgers to come in, just like Cleveland got LeBron James to go there. That's not great GMing, right? Like you get a guy at that level to agree to come here. That's pretty obvious, right?
No, that actually is the very definition of good GMing because Rodgers picked the Jets because he thought he could win here.
I mean, that must have been amazing. To be able to tell that guy, Aaron Rodgers, was going to be good. I mean, that's amazing.
Gary,
it's not like he's got 4 MVPs or anything.
Gary, no one's saying Joe Douglas created Aaron Rodgers and made him what he is. He built the team that Rodgers wanted to play for. That's what we're saying.
And the Jets had the cap space to go get him.
No,
and the willingness to go trade the picks to go get him.
Okay,
I understand how he got here. I get it.
Yeah, but you're glossing over the fact. Yeah, you're glossing over the fact that if the Jets did not have a good team, he would have went somewhere else. You conveniently leave that out.
Frustrating about Jet fans. 27 and 56.
You're going to say the record over and over again. It's not good enough, Gary. The record was not good enough this past year. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers got hurt on play 4. They would not have went 7 and 10 if he was healthy. That's the point. Last year was supposed to be the make the playoffs or fire people year. Unfortunately,
every year's supposed to be
no, it's not. Not in 2021, coming off a 2-14 season when you had a first-year head coach, a first-year quarterback, and a first-time play caller. It was a rebuilding year. That's what happened.
Cam Newton make the playoffs his first year.
Gary,
Did
stop.
CJ Stroud make the playoffs
Stop.
his first year?
CJ Stroud
Did Andy Dalton make the playoffs in his first year?
What?
This is
Okay.
not that hard to make the playoffs. It's such a
Goodbye. You're a fool, Gary. I cannot take your stupidity. Shut up. You're wrong. Had Bryce Young do, Gary. Had Trevor Lawrence do year one. Oh my God. Most rookies don't make the playoffs in year one. Not with a first-year head coach and a first-time play caller. The Texans situation is not even comparable. CJ Stroud had the greatest rookie season a quarterback has ever had. You are wrong. Stop saying facts that aren't facts, but because you say it loud, they're like, oh, the record, oh, I'm Gary. You're wrong, dude. You are wrong. No, the expectation every year is to not make the playoffs in the NFL. You really think year one with Saleh, the expectation was to make the playoffs? Really? They were coming off a 2-14 season where they had the worst point differential in franchise history. And you wanted the Jets off 2-14 with Gase, with year one of Saleh, year one of Zach Wilson, year one of Mike LaFleur to make the playoffs. That is asinine. Asinine. Douglas has a job because Rodgers got hurt on play 4. That's why he has a job. That's it. If he didn't get hurt and they went 7-10 last year, he wouldn't be the GM. The record's not good enough, but there's context to it that you ignore every goddamn time. So I'm sick of it. Stop. There's context to it. Stop saying the record. We know it's not good enough. You know what also is not good enough? Not understanding how to actually apply nuance to a conversation. God, I can't do it anymore, man. I cannot do it anymore. It's the same crap every day.
I do love that about Jets fans. You know what I mean? They care so damn much. And this has been a shit season for sure. But we will be back.
Hell yeah.